Well, good afternoon, Claire. Looks like just me and you to start. I'm guessing there'll be a few others join.
Lovely.
We'll go ahead and get started for the sake of the recording.
Good.
We're going to begin today with a little bit of meridian tapping. So a couple of fingers on the sternum, up and down. Wake up the body. Have you done the 8 brocades before?
No, I've hardly done any Qigong.
Okay.
I don't know much about Qigong, to be honest.
Yeah. This is a very, very old routine, dates back to the Song Dynasty. So it's about 800 years old.
Wow.
The Song Dynasty was a particularly prolific period in Chinese history. It gave us such things as gunpowder.
Oh my goodness.
Which was first used for fireworks before it got weaponized and used against them.
Oh.
And also was the first instance we have of movable type.
Wow.
Predating Gutenberg by a few centuries.
Gee.
So we'll go through the 8 forms. These come primarily out of the Wudang tradition. There's lots of different versions of the 8 brocades.
Okay.
And then we'll do a series of postures afterward, one of them with a little bit of motion in it, but mostly a posture. Take the fingers and walk them over to that little hollow spot. Begin knocking on that. And then turn that palm up and flatten the hand, slapping down the underside of the arm. Turning the hand over, coming up the outside of the arm, and up and over the shoulder. And back to a loose fist into the hollow. Where everybody is today. Nicole's usually here on Thursdays. Ron is not. He teaches in this block on Thursday.
Yeah, I thought some of the girls were coming.
And a couple other people said they were joining us today, but
Oh,
all good. And down the underside of the arm, up the outside, and over the shoulder. We'll go one more time on this side. And last time down this arm. And relax that one. Walk the other hand over into that hollow. Begin knocking. And then turn that palm up. Down the underside. Turn the hand over. Up the outside and over the shoulder. Back to the front. Down the underside. Up and over. And one more time on this side. Yeah, relax the arms down. Let's take those 2 fingers again over at the bottom of the ribs, down to the hip bone, up and down. Let's take that across to the other side. And then around the back into the kidney area. And let's just relax into Wuji. Take a couple of breaths. First form is called holding up the heavens. Also called two hands hold up the heavens, or Buddha holds up the heavens, depending on which tradition you're seeing it in. So breathing in, lifting up with the palms facing upward at the shoulders, turn the palms over, breathe out as you reach overhead. Inhale, come up to tiptoes, begin to release the hands, and then exhale as you release all the way to the bottom. You'll notice the breathing is much simpler in this than the 12 rivers, even though some of the movements are similar. Breathing in, turn the hands over, breathe out as you reach overhead. A breath in as you come up onto the balls of the feet. And breathing out, relaxing and releasing. This repeats. Two more. And the last one. Relaxing back down to Wuji. Next one, drawing the bow. This one's familiar, but it'll be a little different than what you've seen. Hands rise to the sides. Fold one hand in to draw the bow. Make an aiming point with the other. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, draw the bow. Inhale, sweep your bow hand across. Hands change places. Exhale, draw the bow. Alternating from side to side, inhaling through the transition, exhaling as we draw the bow. One more time across each side. And then to release, let your string hand float out, both hands melting down, returning us to Wuji. Pause for a breath down here. And then arms come up on the sides, spiral in to capture a ball in front of the dantian. Take a breath in. On the exhale, both palms turn away from each other and not quite vertical, just offset from vertical. Press them away from each other, separating earth and sky. As we inhale, spiraling the hands back around, recapturing the ball. Exhaling, separating the palms, just a little bit offset from vertical. I like to sink down as I capture the ball, extend back out as I rise. And let's take one more. Coming back, recapturing the ball one last time. Spin the ball, flatten the palms, and let them float back down to Uchi. Pause for a breath here. Fourth form in the Brocades, the wise owl looks behind. Breathing in, the backs of the hands float up together. And then breathing out, spread the fingers apart, let the hands pass the body as you look out over one shoulder and then the other. Inhaling back, backs of hands come together. Exhale, flex those fingers, let the hands pass the body. Look out over one shoulder, then the other. Long exhale. Inhaling forward. I usually alternate the starting side. Relax the hands forward. Flex the fingers, spread the feathers as your hands pass the body. One more. And then just release down to Wuji. Setting up for the next one, toe heel out to a horse stance. Point the toes forward if you can. Spread the knees out so that the knees are tracking over the toes. Run the hands down the thighs, put the weight into the arms. This one will look familiar, but the breathing is different. So big inhale here. Exhale, swing your head out to the side and across. And then inhale yourself back to vertical. Going the other way. Exhale, out and across. Inhaling back to vertical. This one's called swinging the head and shaking the tail. One more time, over and back. And then rise back up to vertical, but stay in horse stance. Take a breath here in a wide Wuji position. And then inhale, the hands up into fists, thumb out. Pull those back into the ribs, thumb should be on top. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, turn the thumb to the side, punch forward. Inhale, turn the hand back over, pull it back in. On the exhale, the other hand punches forward. Now, fix your gaze on an object in front of you. This one's called punching with the intent gaze. Then we add an audible ha on the exhale. This one's just a reminder that Qigong is the parent of all martial arts. One more on each side. Relax the hands down, toe heel back in to Wuji. And take a nice deep breath. Next one's called, this is a mouthful, two hands hold the feet to strengthen the waist and kidneys. So we begin, the hands back on the kidneys. Take an inhale as you arch your back. Exhale, trace down the outsides of the legs. And go ahead and let your knees bend. Possible, take it all the way to your feet. Take a full breath down here. And then on an inhale, tracing back up the insides of the legs, letting the hands return to the kidneys. Exhale. Inhale to begin. Exhale, trace down. Pause for a full breath at the bottom. Inhale, trace back up the insides of the legs, letting the hands return to the kidneys. Pause there. When you're ready, inhale to begin. There's actually an even longer name for this one because it also ends to end to cure the 100 illnesses, I think is the tail end of it. So. Let's do one more. One last arch, and then release back out to Wuji. There's about 40 different versions of the last movement. We'll do the Wudang version today, which is called Shake the Tree. So inhale, hands up to the sides, come up on the balls of your feet. And then with a little bit of extra energy, drop into the heels and shake. Breathing in as you rise, come all the way up on the balls of your feet. As you exhale, drop the heels and shake the tree. One more. And then just pause in Wuji for a moment, and we'll go into the static side of the postures, beginning with holding up the heavens. So hands rise on the sides, come overhead, press the palms toward the ceiling, and hold. And we'll just hold each one of these for about 4 breaths. Basically, the same form as connecting in between heaven and earth. On an exhale, let the arms float down. Toe heel on out to horse stance. And let the arms float up. Press the palms outward. Release the hands. Come on back into Wuji. And then let the arms float back up, palms facing up. Tip your ear to your shoulder and roll the head forward and backward. Not all the way around, just keeping your ear toward the shoulder. Forward and backward. This is a lovely little neck tension releaser. Get about 4 or 5 rolls. And then take it across the back, ear to the other shoulder. Roll forward and backward. Come back to the other side. Turn the palms over and form hooks with your hands. And repeat the rolling forward and backward. And take it across to the other side. Roll forward and backward. And let your head come back to vertical. Release the hands. Float back on down to Wuji. And we finish back in horse stance. Arms float up on the sides and then come in, embrace the tree, sink down just a little bit. And this is our final static posture. One more nice big breath in. And release the hands. Toe heel or step back in to about shoulder width. And we go into the close. Rise and gather. Turn the palms over at the top. Press the palms, regulating the chi. Time. This time as the hands reach the bottom, turn the palms in toward one another. Press the fingertips together. Pull them up to the ribs. Press forward like you're turning a wheel. And as we rise from that third turn of the wheel, let the hands separate. Toss one away. Follow it with your eyes overhead and let it trace down the midline of the body. Other side. One more on each side. And as the top hand floats down, let it come to rest on the heart center. The other hand over your lower dantian. Step the feet in just a bit. Close your eyes. A few breaths with the hands apart. And then slide that top hand down either over or under the other one. We finish with both hands